Alright, how's it going, guys? Resh 18 here, and today the SG Twitter has officially tweeted out the 2021 roadmap 4 months into the year, and this is going to be my reaction to that. Alright, here it is, the official 2021 preview. First things first, as many of you are no doubt aware, this post is coming a bit later than usual. While there are a number of factors at play, the most notable has been the fact that HVS has recently taken over development of Skullgirls Second Encore in addition to Skullgirls Mobile as a result of the events of last year. Here, the devs have been busy. While we have done our best to reallocate team members internally to help give both titles the support they need, at the end of the day, we are still a small but growing team adapting to juggling a lot of new development. One of the key goals we had for the start of 2021 was to ensure that we had an established, sustainable strategy in place for new content for both SG2E and SGM, hence our announcement of the SG2E Season 1 Pass and our partnership with Future Club, which promises at least 3 additional brand new characters in the months to come. Now that Annie's Season 1 has launched successfully on Steam Early Access, we are in the process of finalizing tuning changes for her and other characters, finishing her story mode, and prepping DLC update for PS4, all within the next couple of months. While there's still plenty to do once these initial releases are out of the way, we expect to have more bandwidth and flexibility to recalibrate our development efforts across SGM and SG2E. While this has all required a bit of extra upfront attention to properly set up, we're confident that this investment in our developmental pipeline and process will help us set the right foundation for both versions in 2021 and beyond. Of course, we still have plenty in store for SGM that we can't wait to share with you, more on that below, but we just wanted to provide some context up front in light of the unique circumstances. Thanks, as always, for your patience and support. 2020 recap. Okay, so we had Fuqua, Annie, Rift 2.0, the effects that came with Fuqua and Annie. Shinies, ads, event PFs. Disclaimers, just like our 2020, 2019, and 2018 preview posts, the features below are going to be discussed in very broad terms. This is intentional. While we have clear goals, the route we take to achieve them often changes once we sink our teeth into the task at hand. And a little air of mysterious mice from time to time. As such, what we describe below may not 100% match exactly what makes it into the game. It should give you at least an idea of where our priorities lie in the not-too-distant future. Okay. Alright, here's the big thing. The roadmap itself. So, number 1, new content. Characters, master story modes, origin stories, blah, blah, blah. Number 2, quality of life updates to old modes and systems. While many of the current gameplay modes have surfaced well over the years, we know many of them are a little long in the tooth and could benefit from updates to better serve their original intended purposes while minimizing tedium. So, second brand new character, not unexpected. And it looks like this one's going to actually be made available on SGM and SG2E around the same time, or at least that's a plan. Facilitating fighter progression. Leveling up your fighters in Skullgirls requires a lot of time, energy, and resources. While some of this is by design, we are a free-to-play fighting RPG after all. There are definitely aspects of it that have proven to be more tedious than originally intended. As such, to help improve this moving forward, we plan to explore a number of options, including those below. XP events. As many of you are already aware, we recently did a test run of Holotech Hazard, so it was very well received. We are in the process of taking all that feedback into account to make the event more rewarding and viable for a wider variety of players and determine schedule availability that is a little bit less demanding. Stay tuned. Okay. XP consumables. While it can be awesome to get a new fighter that you've been coveting for ages, we know it can be disheartening to know that even with XP boosts, how long it will be before the fighter will be leveled up enough to be in a usable state. As such, we are exploring XP consumables that you could collect and spend to immediately provide significant spikes of XP. Evolution. We know it's common practice for players to level up food fighters that will eventually be used for evolution, so you can wring as many skill points out of them as possible. Exploring revisions to the evolution process that will render this process obsolete. Dupe fighters. Although we have added ways for players to consume diamond fighters to get resources, we are interested in exploring more methods by which dupe fighters can provide more value in the future. Dailies and prize fights for many players. Vast majority of their time is one of these two modes, each of which have their own points of friction that we're eager to improve upon. Dailies. When dailies provide a reliable source of skill points, gold moves, canopy coins, the process of mining the event for these rewards ceases to be compelling. As players progress into mid-late game, we're looking into ways in which players who have established mastery over that content will be able to gain these rewards with far less effort and overhead. Prize fights. So when SGM first launched, gold prize fights were invaluable tools for burgeoning mid-game players to be able to secure gold fighters for each character, to help bolster collection, conquer new content, and facilitate diamond and evolution. As time has gone on, the PF point threshold required for players to achieve top 10% has gotten so high that this is no longer a reliable source for those players. As such, we are looking into ways in which we can provide more compelling and rewarding prize fight content for late-game players, so that gold prize fights can cater to their original intended audience and more closely fill their original role. Is that a diamond prize fight I'm hearing, ladies and gentlemen? Who knows? But it seems in the cards now. Increased relic agency. While there is a certain purity to raw RNG, our current relic logic leaves much to be desired, especially for players who covet certain fighters. As such, we are planning to explore methods by which players will be able to exhibit more agency to get the fighters that they want. Origin stories, master origin stories, and brand new origin stories. So we have decided to provide long overdue master versions to our existing origin stories. Specifics are TBD, but you can they originally released. So that means we're getting banned. Okay, so that means we're getting master banned origin next, I believe. But that's and then brand new origin stories. These are a bit trickier, given the array of resources required to development, and how that overlaps some of the resources needed for new character development. We are to do more of these as soon as we can. While I can't strictly promise a new origin story before the end of 2021, I know it's something we'll be pushing for. Other potential features and improvements. While the ultimate priority of these features is still TBD, we wanted to briefly acknowledge them to reassure you that they are indeed on our radar, even if their fate for 2021 is still up in the air. New Everests to provide challenging content for late game players, such as like a Tower of Trials. Move loadouts and other move organization improvements. Move stat re-rolling / augmentation. Voice packs. Fight replays. Until next year, prioritizing features inherently means deprioritizing others. Without going into all of them, we minimally wanted to acknowledge one key feature or set of features that we know are top for many of you. Guilds. Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, soon is relative, right? In brief, while we're incredibly excited about the potential for guilds and guild-related content, to do so properly requires a fair amount of infrastructure and supporting features. We have a plan, but realistically, we feel that fortifying the core of the game per the notes above are ultimately more important for our long-term success. Looking forward to sharing more about our guild plans as we approach 2022. In other news, live events and giveaways. In absence of our ability to physically gather, we've been for more opportunities to do live event style giveaways. So first, there's the Skullgirls Championship Series, and then also two of our team members stream regularly on Twitch, Bones and Juju Blue. And that's going to be it. All right. So now that I've read through everything, okay, so new content is going to be like, so just regular new content. That's all fine and good. Second new character, that's obviously like, we know what to expect from a second new character. A special relic for release, followed by them going into regular pool later. So then the XP stuff. I was honestly kind of expecting something like this to happen with XP events, given the feedback that I actually saw on Twitter. Her following in Holotech Hazards being out. I was not expecting the team to be considering training items, though. Now, the evolution rework, that could actually be interesting. Mainly to actually, like, hey, take some tedium out of the game for, like, grinding up fodder. And then the dupes, what we'd have to see what they're going to actually do with dupes. And it's like, okay, dailies, I imagine the dailies are going to actually be getting something. I'd imagine what's going to happen is that the dailies are going to basically get another way to actually go through them faster and get the rewards faster. Here for those late game players that they're targeting. PFs, I've already mentioned this, but I anticipate we're going to be getting a diamond prize fight. Looking into ways which we can provide more compelling and rewarding prize fight content for late game players. We're going to get a diamond prize fight. We have to. If they want the gold prize fight to actually cater back to that original audience, then yeah, we're going to for sure get a diamond prize fight, in my opinion. We'd have to see how it actually plays out, though. Hold on that. Increased relic agency. This one's actually pretty interesting. I wonder if we're going to actually get, like, a ticket system. Or like a fighter coin system, like plenty of other gacha games do, where summoning for Theonite gives you coins, and then with a lot of coins built up over time, you can actually just like pick out a character. Once again, we'll have to see how this actually plays out. That's just like a thought. And then, like, the origin story stuff is going to be neat. We're probably going to actually have... It'll also be... I'm sure the devs will actually come up with something to actually get the non-late game players complaining, oh, this is too hard. Yeah, this is all good stuff. Of this origin story stuff. And that will about do it for my reaction to the 2021 roadmap. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. And until next time.